Hi Pisces, welcome to your now mid-April 2021 reading. Sorry, I'm a little bit late, a lot of it late. I had a dental emergency that had to be taken care of like right away. So I appreciate your patience. Thank you very much for being here and supporting the channel. Love to have you guys here. Let's talk about the astrology a little bit for the remainder of April. So we went through that Mars squaring Neptune. Neptune is in your sign. And we have that, with that Mars squaring Neptune, really brought out a lot of aggression. It showed people's true nature. I did not expect that much though. Of course, we're in Aries season, so the extra fire was all there. But you guys probably felt like a lot of people were projecting onto you more so than usual. Everybody projects onto a Pisces. That's just kind of the way that it goes, unless they're more evolved and aware of having a conversation with a Pisces. I love my Pisces people. Because they show me things about myself that I didn't previously understand, and I'm a Virgo, so you guys are the opposite sign of me. So it's nice. It's nice to have that reflection, but not everybody enjoys that. Not everybody wants to hear the truth, right? So interesting with that Mars squaring Neptune. As we move into the new moon in Aries, which is actually happening tonight, and then further into this week, we have this great opportunity to manifest. However, you have to do it responsibly because there are a few things that are happening with this Aries new moon. Venus will be squaring Pluto. So are you being honest with yourself about your values? You have to really dig deep. If you're manifesting from a place of surface level ego, that's not going to last very long. And you may even manifest some lessons. And when people ask me, well, Betsy, what does that mean? How can I manifest lessons? Well, we all have free will. You can take the road that looks a little bit tougher, but it's quicker to get there, and you get through the lessons like this, and you don't manifest any new ones because you surrender and you say, I understand that I'm not in control. I'm going to take this way. Or you have free will to take the other direction where there's a detour. Much longer, you get to the same place, right? On your journey, you get to the same place, the same destination. We have all sorts of different destinations on our journey. There isn't just one particular destination that we're going on. So you can manifest the detour where there will be extra lessons along the way. And the reason why we do that is because our soul understands whether we're ready to be groomed quickly or whether we're going to need a little extra time to being groomed. So really not doing things on a surface level, not manifesting surface level, because this Aries new moon is happening in your guys' second house. And that is ruled by Venus, which is squaring Pluto. So, and actually your second house is ruled by Mars. Let me take that back. The natural second house would be ruled by Venus, but because Mars is representing your second house with Aries there's this need and desire for you guys to find out, like it almost feels like obsessive in a way, to figure out what it is that you think that you need to be doing, but you need, in your life, as your career, as making money and doing the things that you want to do and what you really value. So through Aries season, there's probably you're going to probably feel a lot of pressure. And then as we move into Taurus season, there will be less of that like weight on your shoulders, and it'll feel a little bit lighter. Also, Jupiter is going to be moving into your sign next month. That's going to be amazing. Trust me, I will be here before that happens so that you guys know what to expect from it. But also, I'm going to be doing an extensive Jupiter and Pisces in each of the signs, in each of the houses and the signs over on my membership. So if you would like to see some extra astrological content, daily energy updates, be a part of our Discord app, meditations, rituals that we do, you can click the join button underneath this video, or you can go to Patreon and look for Fearless Intuition, or click the link in the description box. We would love to have you. So let's see. Let's see what's going on with the cards. I'm just not going to say anything. with the cards coming out. We'll let you guys just have the words. Okay. So you're still trying to decide about that air sign. And what's interesting here, is you have given up the fight. You have surrendered. You are no longer wanting to keep blocking yourself from things. You don't want to have control over the situation. You're allowing yourself to see things clearly in that way. But why is that? Why is this energy still around? Have you had the conversation? Has that person been notified that they need to remain out of your life? Have you blocked all ways of communication out with that person? Because you can continue to battle and have that energy in your life, or you can allow yourself to shift. You can allow yourself to say, I recognize that this is only pulling me down and dragging me down, and that's the opposite of what I want. And when you consciously take accountability like that and you shut it off yourself, there's this freedom. It's almost like this huge weight is lifted off of your shoulders, you know? So here's the decision, the Two of Pentacles. You have a decision to make. We have the King of Swords, Aries, Libra, Gemini. Then we have the Nine of Wands, the Strength card, the Ace of Swords, and then we have the High Priestess, and also the Wheel of Fortune came out. The High Priestess is your energy. So this could be a Leo also, that maybe has some air placements, or maybe is just sort of being kind of stubborn and shut down emotionally. But whatever it is that you're questioning, you've got to surrender fully, completely. And if you even think that you've completely surrendered to this, surrendering and then taking accountability for the actions to keep the situation, you know, that boundary, you know, I talk about the boundaries, and I don't know if I've shared this part with you guys, but the boundaries, we don't want to build a wall to force people to prove themselves to us, right? To like climb that wall up and you have to prove yourself. You have to prove yourself. We want to be the doorman. We want to have the fence. We want to have the door where we're allowing the energies to come in through that door. And it can be, the fence can be as tall as you want. That can be a protective barrier for you. As long as there's access, as long as there's a point where you get to say yes or no, and you're the one that you can even make people go back through the door and be like, you know what, I gave you a chance. You can, you're not part of the garden party anymore. I don't know. I was seeing like a barbecue in my mind when I was talking about that. So then we have the Strength card, the Ace of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Wheel of Fortune. And this is where you already know that there's a shift that's happening. You can already basically guarantee that this shift is occurring for you because you've already begun to feel it. You've already been feeling the shift happening. There's just this one little thing that you're still like, the longer you vacillate, the longer it's going to take for this to happen. You know, so maybe it's the conversation, right? Ace of Swords. Maybe it's the conversation that you need to have with somebody. Maybe there's some information that needs to be shared about stuff. Let's see what the Two of Pentacles is. Oh, okay. Well, and that's really, oh, I get it. But okay, so now your ego's involved. But I don't want to lose it. I don't want to feel the sadness. I'm worried that I'm going to regret this decision that I'm going to make. Five of Cups energy. But what if I make this decision and it turns out to be worse? What if I lose everything in this decision? What if? What if you don't? What if you decide to cut this air sign loose? And you open up so many doors of opportunity, which is exactly what's going to happen if you cut this air sign loose. And this air sign doesn't even have to be romantic. This could be a family member. This doesn't even have to be an air sign. It could be an earth, water, or fire sign as well. but they're really cold. They're very shut down. They're very cold. Their energy is stagnant. You are not stagnant energy. You flow freely. And when you're not allowed to flow freely, you're off. You can't think straight. The Death card on the King of Swords. So there's definitely an ending with this person, but you also have to acknowledge the transformation that happened because of their presence in your life. You manifested this person so that you can grow, so that your soul can evolve. You manifested the triggers, you manifested the lessons. And you can't, and this is the thing, is Knight of Swords with the Nine of Wands. If you don't allow yourself to surrender, if you choose violence over peace, every single time you choose violence over peace, you create like another whole place in the maze of life. Like, why do you want to add frustration on top of chaos, on top of anger, instead of just being like, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I don't want to do this angriness anymore. Knight of Swords on the Nine of Wands. And the words are going to be very, very sharp. Until Mercury goes into Taurus on April 19th, we have like a week left. People will cut you down so fast, and they won't even be sorry. That's the thing, right? And that's where the strength has to come from, because those words that those people, that this air sign said to you, or whoever said these words to you, and put you in a position to have to decide to preserve your peace, right? Preserve your peace or create more chaos, is really that position that you've been put in. But the Three of Swords and the Three of Wands on that Strength card, I understand that the waiting part can be really difficult, but the waiting part is when we're being leveled up, when we're being groomed, when we're getting the downloads for our next part of the journey, right? There's so much power within the pause. There's so much power within the pause. And so when you decide next time, Three of Swords, Three of Wands, Strength card, when you decide next time that you're not going to allow this person to do this for you, you create a whole paradigm shift. And then you even decide that you're not going to allow yourself to do it to you. You create an even bigger paradigm shift that opens up new paths, new portals, new opportunities, new advances. But because you keep going back over it over and over and over and over again, sometimes your soul needs that. Sometimes your soul needs to go over things 3 and 4 times. At the end of the day, the conversation to close out the cycle, and whether you're having that conversation with yourself or you're having it with another person, it needs to happen. You know? Your intuition has been feeling this shift for a while. It's probably been about a good 6 months. I would say since that Aries full moon, to be quite honest. Okay. And one of the reasons that's really hard to cut this person out of your life is because you felt a familiar feeling. It was comfortable. It was familiar until it wasn't anymore. And your vibrations started to no longer line up with each other. When our vibrations aren't aligning with the people that they're supposed to be aligning with, there will be a clear indication of it not working, you know? But we have to be responsible enough to say when things end and not have that control over it. Because you can spend many, many years holding out hope that it's going to change, it's going to change, it's going to change. And then it never does. So there you are again, Hanged Man, Justice, and the Wheel of Fortune. Look at it from a different perspective. Create the balance within yourself. That shift that's going to happen will happen when you're not even paying attention to it. That's usually the way it works. Bottom of the deck. Here you are, King of Cups, and the Moon, and the Tower, and the Empress. Page of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. So this whole course correction is showing you your power. This full moon, this new moon that's happening tonight in Aries is literally taking some things down for you so that you can open up space to create and to manifest. After this new moon happens, you will be starting at the beginning and creating that independent abundance all on your own. There's a sense of power that's helping you push yourself forward through this new moon, through this manifestation. And you're almost at the end of the hardship, right? And you're going to be able to just start all over again. But you have to have faith to be able to do that. That 10 of Wands and that Fool doesn't come easily. So we have the King of Cups, we have the Moon, we have the Tower, and we have the Empress. You recognizing your own power by creating those boundaries and not allowing people to cross. Creating the boundaries and holding on to the boundaries are two completely different things. Enforcing a boundary is absolutely necessary after creating. You can create boundaries until you're blue in the face. If you're not enforcing them, what's the point of creating them? So now we move into a new journey, a new adventure, a new experience. Next month is going to be pretty interesting. So I have the Jupiter in Pisces again, Jupiter in Pisces in the signs and houses on my memberships that'll be happening in the next couple of weeks, and daily energy updates. Come join us there. I have a couple of spots available in April, like 4 next week, and that's it. So if you want to get on my calendar for April, spots are going to be super limited for personal readings in May. So if you want to get a personal reading, you might want to grab one as soon as possible. I love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful April. Thank you again for your support, for liking, subscribing. Please share the video and comment too. I love you guys. Bye.